Hello everyone, my name is Muffman2Z's. Hopefully it's recording Overwatch, I think it is. So here we are. I just played a comp game, and I'm trying to get to Masters. Top 500 actually. So let's take a look at my support. Oh, 2-7, wow. You know, that's crazy. That's crazy. So this recent game, we were on Dorado, right? I'll bring it up for you guys. You know, level 22. Play Baptiste for an hour so far this season. You know, I like Bap and Ana. I think they're great characters, right? So let's go to replays. Let's go to Dorado, right? I'm trying my hardest not to like just destroy everything around me, kind of thing, right? You know, just start saying every cuss word in the book, right? I'm trying my hardest. Ooh, right. So I'm playing Ana here on defense, right? So I get a 4-man anti, and so at this point my tank's like, oh, Ana, that's huge, right? He's glazing me, right? You know, D1 glazer kind of thing, right? So here we go. Moira's positioning a little bit weirdly, frontlining, which is, you know, questionable. And then I'm like, well, they don't have a Kiriko, I can freely, yeah, there's my 4-man anti. You know, my tank's like, oh, huge, huge. So boom, you know, you kill him, yeah? And he's like, oh, that was a huge anti-Ana, thank you. It's like, yeah, sure, man. You know, then I anti him again, and I tell him that, and then, you know, tell him no lamp, right? And remind you, it's just me and the tank and comms. No one else is talking. Because, you know, communication's overrated in Overwatch, you know? You just, at the end of the round or game, you just blame your teammates, cuss them out, or even during the match, you know? You just put them down, and hopefully that'll fix the issue. So yeah, he stays on Doom against an Orisa, who clearly knows how to play against Doom. I mean, she just sat there and blocked him, and he couldn't do anything. He was on cooldown. Right, so we push back, right? Alright, so there goes Doom. Dives in. Alright. Ults. Moira's hacked. We ignore Moira. We kill the soldier, though. The enemy Moira was hacked, but mind you, our Sombra doesn't want to talk. I'll elaborate on that later. Right, so we just popped Coalescence. Got a pick. Nice. Nice little anti there by me. Finish off, you know, won that push, won that attack, right? Now the enemy soldier ulted, and we have essentially 3 ults here: Visor, Hack, and Ana. So here I am. I'm on cart. You know, there's soldier. There's my Sombra. Got slept. Unfortunate, and she's about to get antied. And my Doom is dead. He got locked in the room with that Orisa right over here. The Orisa just kind of stood there with Fortify. He was on cooldown, couldn't get out the room. So this Orisa knows how to play against the Doom. That's the second time he's died to an Orisa. That Orisa knows how to play against him. So now the Orisa's pushing, team is pushing because our tank's dead. Good on them. Right. And now, you know, they're coming after us. They're going to get first point here. We lost checkpoint, and he ulted. And we were not there. There's no one that's peeking anyone. It's just this Sombra. So, wasted ult there. You know, he tried to touch. Ah, man. You know, I just thought to myself, he tried to touch, you know. It does suck that he wasted an ult, but, you know. She dies. That Moira needlessly ults. We should have just stayed back. But instead we decide to jump into the Moira ult. That was wasted. So Doom's gonna die here. You know, I'm back here trying to do my best. Now the Doom's 1 HP. Before he ults, he's 1. And he decides to try and kill this Ana. You know, I thought if he was 1 HP, maybe he'd come back here and get heals. Because he's low. But no, he ults and tries to kill an Ana without punching her against any wall. Okay. And he dies for it. I mean, he should have ulted and came back here for health, you know? It's unfortunate. You know, I'm chilling back here. Moira's frontlining, which is questionable. Even though she has her fade. And then at this point, I tell Soldier, hey, Soldier, if you get high ground, I can do Nano Visor. And my time's like, oh, yeah, that'll be huge. And at this point, he changed to Zarya, finally. Because he's like, you know, I could... He said something along the lines of, he could keep playing Doom because it's working, quote-unquote, but he'll switch, right? Yeah, sure. So then he just ults right here instead of running to high ground with the Ashe. And he gets a pick. And then we ult. You know, the Nano Visor was good. And then just Moira just needlessly chucks her ult. Which, you know, I was like, yo, we didn't need that third ult there. And the tank was like, yeah, you know. Didn't need that third ult. So clearly this Moira likes to be aggro and try and get kills. I haven't had one of those Moiras in my game in a long time. So Soldier's low here. I go up to heal him. You know. Usual support stuff. Right? Then here. Now they have a monkey. And this Genji's nanoblading. And I anti the monkey and the Genji. Now y'all see who does most of the... I hit this Genji. I light him up to 1 HP. I think I hit him like twice or 3 times. Couldn't finish the job. Moira did. And then Moira dies. And then I get dived. And we're dead. That Nanoblade did us some harm there. Now, I'm not sure why Ashe wasn't on high ground. Okay, yeah. So she backs off from high ground because the Winston's there. And I don't think she ever goes back up. Which was a stupid idea. Right? So here we are. There goes the dynamite from our Ashe. Frontlining, by the way. DPS frontlining. A little bit weird, but you know. These guys don't realize it, but if there is a GM widow in the lobby, or even top 500, you will get sniped. You will die for frontlining. But I have to keep reminding myself, these people aren't being signed to an esports org or college team like I am. At least 98% of the time. 99, actually. You know, so they won't know as much as I do about play styles and comps, so I just have to keep reminding myself, right? And that's not meant to be a weird flex. It's just something I have to keep telling myself because I like to think everyone around me that I play with on solo queue is as good as me or better, in some way, shape, or form. And apparently that's just not the case. So, you know, Soldier dies. If we kind of go a little bit backwards here, he was like frontlining. Yeah, it's like 3 people are in front of the tank. Like, look at how pushed up he is. And then our Moira's 1v1ing the enemy Soldier? Yep, there goes him. I get juggled into this room and die. I can't do anything. Their Soldier ults, you know, not a great look for us. And now, you know, earlier before this, I was like, yo, they're going to play Monkey, right? So they're going to dive us. So we need Brawl characters, you know, like Reaper, Junker Queen, Reinhardt, just to counter this Monkey, right? So like, oh, your tank's like, yeah, I agree. And so the guy changes Reaper, good on him. And now here's where it starts. This Ashe, right here. This is what starts the downhill of me in this game. So this Ashe is uncontested. You know, I shoot at her just to get her off high ground. I get her 1 HP, and she drops off high ground. You know, everything's good. Right. No issue. I nano our queen. So she can push forward. You know, we get 2 picks, they get 2. But in the end, we should win that fight. And then I'm like, Junker Queen, can't see you. And he's like, I'm a little bit whiffing here, but you know, trying my best to heal. He gets diffed. He's gonna... He's gonna play a role soon. An important role. Oh, look who's on high ground. Oh my lord, is that the enemy Ashe? Okay. You know, Moira gets her 1 HP. Is contesting her there with her ball. She gets healed, and now Moira's up there, drops down. And now look who's on high ground. Both DPS. Just, you know, Sojourn try to contest his soldier. Ashe is getting free shots on our Reaper. Our Reaper dies, and look who's uncontested. Moira's contesting her again, though. And then Sojourn's like whiffing her entire mag on a soldier. So then there goes Winston diving Moira. Poor Moira. Unfortunately dies. Then, you know, he sees me and I'm like, oh, and I'm dead. Look who's still on high ground after all this fight. Ashes. Yeah, say it with me. Ashes. Okay, cool. And here comes Reaper. And the Reaper was trying his best to be positive as well. Like, he spoke once after this round was over. And that was it. He was like, guys, we had a good hold. That's all he said. Never said anything else. It's all in text. And he said he was lagging for a long time. Oh, yeah. So I guess look who's on high ground. Here's our queen. Nice little ult there. Enemy Bob. I try to go out onto the field here, just to get line of sight on our queen, so I wouldn't be trapped here. So I really couldn't see her. So I tried to rotate here. Didn't work out. Down goes Moira. Junker Queen's trying his hardest. It is the round. That's round 1. You know, this is where he comes in all caps in chat. Heal gap, or shut up and heal. And so at this point, my tank is like, yeah, but then I say, well, it's not just a healer diff, it's also a team diff. I'm not just the only one, you know, throwing / selling, or at least he thinks I am, right? And then he's like, oh yeah, that's true, you know, team diff, right? I mean, Heapy has 10 elims, the other guy has 11, and then the enemy team has 10 and 15. So I'm like, well, Heapy, some of the enemy team's gapping you on kills, right? They have more kills than you. Both of our DPS are getting gapped by the other team, at least elims-wise. And so then he's like, in all caps, get over yourself in chat. And I'm like, you know, I'm just like, get over what? Right? Doesn't elaborate on what to get over, you know. Not too sure what he meant, but... you know, whatever, shake it off. Next round, right? And this is where the Reaper said, you know, we had a good hold, guys. Got him at 47 seconds. And at that time, if you look at the enemy's healing, our healing was far inferior to theirs. But we still held them for a pretty good amount of time and almost even stopped them here. Which Heapy didn't really think about, right? So let's skip a little bit into this game, you know. So now, here is where this Ashe plays a critical role. This Ashe was the downfall of our team. So this Sigma's up here, right? Ashe is up here, Ana, Moira, right? So, where's Muffin? Muffin is now playing Baptiste because Heapy convinced our tank to start ganging up on me, dick riding me for more heals, right? So I'm like, okay, you know, thought to myself, I'll just play Bap, right? That's who I usually play, get heals done, right? Because in my 2 and 7 losses so far, I always have to only hold right click on Bap. Right click, shift, EQ, and left click. Only when I'm ulting though, when I do left click. I cannot shoot at an enemy without my teammate going crit. right? And these like I want to say 8 games I've played today, maybe a little bit more. I don't know, something like that. In comp at least, I think it was 8 games. Yeah, no, might have been less. But anyways, non-stop, except for the games I've won, I've had on BAP to constantly hold right click on my teammates. I cannot try and get a pick. If I try and get a pick on an enemy, my team starts to go crit. And my other support is, I don't know what they're doing, right? So I have to only look at my team. I can't, like, try and get this Ashe off high ground or, you know, shoot the enemy support, kill them. I have to heal bot. And I've been trying to get better about that, not heal botting, because people have told me that was a problem, even though we win games. So I try to push up and get away from this Ashe. And look at this Ashe. Who's shooting at her? Junkrat. Right? And so Junkrat, like, you know, slightly looks at her. Right? My positioning there was definitely wonky, for sure, right? But in my defense, this Ashe is focusing me. And there's, like, I was right here when she focused me, and I didn't acknowledge this right here. I did not. If I did go here, now that I look at it, I would probably assume she has dynamite, and I'd try to, like, crouch here or something like that, right? But I was like, oh, shoot. I need cover. And I didn't process this either. I was thinking, I have to get onto main, and hopefully from there I can, you know, rearrange. Can't do that. So Junk fails to hit her. You know, then Sigma's up there. Right? We're shooting at them. We're shooting at them. We're shooting at them. And she dies. But now Sigma is behind us. And then our Moira's trying to 1v2. And I'm dead. Or where am I? I just respawned. So right now it is a 3v3, I think. 3v4, sorry. So we're down. Then our Moira fades away. Right? And now the Sigma's behind us. Right? That on is half HP. Gets a pick. Mind you, where'd our Moira go? Where's Moira? Ooh, look at this. Orisa has no Baptiste and no Moira with her, so she's about to die now. And she does. Moira was not there. So we lose this fight. You know. It's getting a little bit frustrating. Oh! Look who's high ground again. Ashe and Sigma. Now their soldier's dead. Now look who goes high ground. Me! I'm trying to shoot her, and she moves. Good on her. Now I'm trying to heal this Junk the best I can. He's moving all around. And I'm trying to get the Sigma off here. Look who's high ground again. I'm going to keep saying high ground again a lot of times. Then I point that out, and Heapy goes up to 1v1 this Ashe. Meanwhile, I am right here. Right? So I'm right here. Right? And so there's Hanzo over there and Ashe, right? And I had to look at my Junkrat to heal him, and my Orisa dies. I did not notice my Orisa was crit. That was on me. I didn't know she was crit. I was looking at my Junk. And now he's still 1v1ing. And he's whiffed every shot. Whiffed every shot. And he's 1 HP. Now I'm trying to kill the Ashe. The Ashe does die. Yay! But we still lost because our tank died. And there goes our Hanzo. He went over here, I guess, trying to get the mega health pack instead of trying to escape. I don't know. You know, just reset, right? Now Zari's already half. You know, I'm with my Moira, and I'm like, oh shoot, we're getting ulted now. I need to heal my Moira. Mind you, he's completely separated from our tank. And where is our Hanzo? Where is our Hanzo? In spawn. So I'm like, you know, got lamp. Save us. We're chill. We're fine. We're cool. We survived it. You know? You know, loot box is like, thank you for the save. Whatever. Let's see here. Oh, look who's high ground. A DPS player. Oh my. And look who he's shooting at. Junk. Also in my general direction. right? So he's gonna go up there, bully him, hopefully. Oh my goodness. He's back on high ground again. This dude just loves high ground. He can't get enough of it, and that's good for him. High ground is a powerful resource. Like, he's playing this game right. Wait, what? Did that just... I did not see this. What? Are you... Oh, wait, no, surely they're like... Oh, no. So he stopped shooting and he didn't... Are they teaming? What? What? I never saw this. I wasn't looking at Junkrat. I did not see him just... The soldier completely ignore him. And then... Are they... Is there something more going on here? I mean, I don't think they'd have it within their IQ, to be honest, but... Look at that, he just... Hold up a moment. Oh, he doesn't see him. Okay. You know, he did say he was lagging, but the soldier didn't see him. But he just... Okay. So he could have prevented my death. Dope! He could have prevented my death. Okay. 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 So we could have prevented me getting picked first there. I somehow die behind a wall. Pretty cool. Look who's on high ground. He hits a shot and then dies. And look who also died to miss high ground. Moira. So at this point, my tank's like, oh, support dies first. X, Y, Z. Or he just keeps repeating, support dies first. Support dies first. Stop dying first. And I tell him, I'm not yelling at him in a calm voice. Look, there's an unbothered Ashe on high ground. I can't peek you if she's there shooting me. But he keeps wanting to insist, stop dying first. Supports die first. Why are you dying first? He wants to ignore the fact that there's an Ashe there. And that he's not adapting to her playstyle, and he's not doing anything about it. He's not even bubbling me. So he's ignoring that, by the way. He's ignoring the Ashe, and just putting me down. Oh, whoops. He's putting me down in hopes that I somehow don't get picked first now. That he's putting me down and negatively commenting about me. Even though I keep reminding him there's an Ashe on high ground and I cannot peek you if she's there. Oh, supports die first. Supports die first. Blah, 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 blah. Oh. Wow. And this time I didn't die. I was playing a corner. Because I knew. And he doesn't acknowledge the box dying. Only the Moira because she dies first. Looks at her for a second with beam and then just looks away. They're all on high ground. Oh, I keep cooking that 20-second button. I'm sorry. Reaper's doing something. Moira just doesn't look at me there. Ashe is still high ground. Still high ground. Still high ground. And then this is where just keeps repeating. Support dies first. Support, and there's where these come in. Support Grand Canyon GG. And it's because we didn't have as much healing as the other team. Even though we held them to only 47 seconds and almost even stopped them at first push. So we almost stopped them twice. At the end and first push here. with not as much healing as them, even combined. So that proves we didn't need the heal bot to beat them. We were actually killing them before they could do any serious damage to us. No. Stop clicking the 20 seconds button. Come on, nothing. So we proved in that first run that we didn't need as much healing as them to win. Because I've played games where I heal my butt off, 20, 25k healing, and we lose, right? And the one time Moira died first, he didn't even call Moira out. Or he didn't even call me out, he just said support, right? Dead first every fight, no exceptions. Bad support, no healing. Meanwhile, he doesn't have... Both of our DPS don't have as many limbs. Shout out to Lootbox for trying to be positive. I appreciate that. But you didn't call him Lootbox, you didn't call him Heapy, and you did call him Tank, but you just were dick riding my side or Heapy's, right? Yeah, so he wants to point out that no healing, and I say GG. At the time, I was about to type a whole little paragraph explaining why it wasn't just a bad support or healing canyon, whatever you want to call it, but I just said GG. Because I didn't want to fight that battle, because I already knew that I was correct and that these people are simple-minded. Right, this is where this comes in. No exceptions, which isn't true. Right, and that's it. Despite that, my tank keeps saying support, die first. And I keep pointing out, there's an Ashe on high ground who's not getting, she's not getting enough attention. I didn't say I can't push with you guys, but I just kept pointing out, unbothered Ashe on the high ground. And he kept repeating, support, die first. So he only talked about the effect, while I was trying to solve the cause of it. But if you play one bad game, apparently everyone in the game likes to point out your flaws while ignoring their own, right? So if you go... Let's say you have the same game as me, right? You don't have as much healing, right? But you did hold them for a pretty good time. These players are going to only point out your flaw and not theirs. Because if my DPS had the limbs, the healing really wouldn't have mattered, because you would have been killing them before you would have been dying. And then this player wants to bring up damage earlier than this, when we were done with our defending, right, at the first half. He was like, I think he said something about either we have more damage or something like that, and I told him damage does not matter. You can have 10,000 damage and easily lose. I've had there's one game, and I was playing as Junk, and I had that exact scenario. I didn't have any limbs. Practically none. It was less than 10, I'm pretty sure. But I just had like 15, 20k damage. But no limbs. And we lost still. Right? It's a horrible day, right? These people are so simple-minded. They want to look through one perspective and not blame themselves, because they think they played it just abso-fruitly perfectly, right? That's the issue. They don't open up their perspective. They stay simple-minded and stupid. So, anytime to any Overwatch players, right? If you're going to esports for Overwatch, Overwatch League, or getting signed to a college team or something like that, for anyone who does this competitively or not, don't just blame one player. That is a horrible perspective, and 98% of the time it makes that player play worse and you lose because of it. Do not put down your teammates like they did to me and this Moira. There was a lack of comms from both our DPS and Moira. The tank was the only one who talked, somewhat frequently, right? Pretty frequently. But don't put down people. It's not worth it over a video game. Don't. It's just, what do you get out of it? Like, if you put someone down, if you talk trash to them on your own team, what does that do? There is a perspective where, I could have taken it as motivation. But Most of the time, people are going to take that as negative, and they're going to play worse, and it's just all going to, crumble down. You're going to lose. I really hate having these type of people on my team who just constantly downgrade everyone else. I used to be like that. I have no issue admitting that. I used to be always downgrading people if they didn't have enough kills or if they wasted the ult, right? If when that Moira did use her ult at a time she didn't need to, I'd be like, we didn't really need that ult there, but nonetheless, we won the fight, right? I wouldn't put her down blatantly. I'd just say, I'd criticize her. Essentially, I'd say, next time, make sure we only pop 2 or less ults there. So, good ult economy, right? Because these guys are trying to climb too. Give them a little bit of advice, but not, in your face or explaining it to you like you're a baby type thing, right? And Tank agreed on that at that time. But yeah, don't put everyone else down. And I know a lot of people aren't going to see this, and that's fine. But to, the 2 people that do see this, if you do play Overwatch, do not put your teammates down. That makes for a worse community and a worse game for you. And it makes you a worse person. So, moral of the story. Don't put others down. Because you've also done that. You've also been in their situation somehow, way, shape, or form. And look at things with a bigger perspective. Not just heal gap. There was also a DPS gap and a tank gap. They all 3 didn't have as much elims as the other team. And why is that? Because they didn't get enough healing. And why couldn't I heal them enough? Because there was an unbothered ass shooting at me. I would tell them the cause of the situation. They'd only look at the effect. So please, 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 have a perspective on this. And have a positive mindset. It makes for a way better community and enjoyable game and fun game. There's a reason I quit, right? This was part of it. Just the community sucks. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, this won't get out to a lot of people. It'd be cool if you did spread the message, stay positive, uplift others, don't downgrade them, right? And don't look at the world or at that situation in one perspective. Think of the whole thing. Don't be simple-minded like they were. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys can learn a lesson from this. I'm really serious about trying to make this community better. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Muffin Man's out.